Welcome back, guys, to Phoenix Wright, Spirit of Justice, where last episode on finding Das Arabel's passport here in the study of Dr. Buff, we find his son's, or his reclusive son's, drone flying in the air. As certain as we go to the talk section, Sergeant Buff here. Hello, Sergeant Buff. Let's speak to you via drone. Are you controlling that drone from your room, sir? Affirmative. But I can see everything you do from here, so... Turn hot, soldier! Wipe that stupid look over your face. I am assuming he's putting on a soldier voice. I'm gonna whip you sheltered peaceniks into shape. With what? Your charming personality? Look, it's got a camera and speakers too. And that's not all, Commandeer. With these arms, I can cook and clean too. Speaking of which, Private Justice, you're on latrine duty. Snap to it on the double. As if I don't see enough of the toilet back at the office, why am I going to mop it with that kind of thing? A brush. Sarge's drone has been added to the court record. A helicopter drone operated by the doctor's kid, equipped with a camera and a microphone. By kid, that could be older kid, younger kid, I'm not sure just yet. I'll continue with the soldier voice, British old soldier. That thing's pretty handy. Those defiant dragons could use one of those. Ha 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 ha! Yes, it is a fine piece of hardware, isn't it? I modified it especially for siege defense. Siege defense? You mean how you won't leave your room? Nah! Holding up in a stronghold to defend against an enemy is an age-old military tactic. A timeless strategy is still applicable in modern warfare. I hope you're not trying to mock the wisdom of my forefathers. I meant no offense. It was just an observation. So the greenhorn who ain't even discharged a firearm's got something to say, does he? Sorry, it won't happen again, sir. Darn tootin'. Now, state your intentions, soldier. Sure. Location of the orb is what we're looking for. We had an agreement with your father. He had promised to hand over the Founder's Orb to us. What? Papa promised you that? He did, but he died before he could tell us where it's hidden. Now we have no idea where it is. Oh. Papa? Why? Why'd you have to die? He's broke character. It was an unfortunate accident, and I'm sorry for your loss. If it helps at all, I know how you feel, Sergeant, but... Ah! What'll I do now? You insignificant maggot! What would an unseasoned rookie like you know about how I feel? First I lost Mama, and now I've lost Papa! It's gone back to soldier voice. You lost your mother too? She's been gone for some time now. I'm all alone now. All alone. How do you voice a drone? Sergeant Buff, would you tell us a little more about what happened to your mother? Sure, so what happened to the mother? Mama passed away about 6 months ago. We were still living in our apartment in the city. Back then, I had yet to engage my siege defense strategy. In other words, something caused him to withdraw from the world. It was arson. It happened so suddenly, and before we knew it, our apartment was a sea of flames. Mama and I were trapped inside. But help never came. So Mama cradled me in her arms. Kicked out a window. And jumped. She did what? She was like a walking, talking medal of valor. My Mama was. She delivered me safely to terra firma with a perfectly executed PLF. It's a 5-point landing technique used by paratroopers to land safely on the ground. She sounds like a superhero or something. But from that height, she suffered massive injuries in order to protect me. She died so that I could live. Ah, Mama! I don't know what to say. And the person who started the fire. He was immediately apprehended. They say he was standing outside laughing while the building burned. At least justice was served. I hope that brought you some solace. I've lost both my parents now. You can't possibly know how I feel! Mama! Papa! Poor kid. It's hard losing both your parents at such a young age. So by the sound of it then, Sarge is a very young kid. You must really feel alone now. Apollo. I imagine you know what he's going through. I do. The road to recovery begins by talking to someone who suffered the same hardship. I know you have something that shows you understand. It's time to present then, by the sound of that. So I guess it's the lost father that I never knew anything about? Sergeant, sir, would you please take a look at this? What do we have here? It's a photo of my father. I wasn't even a year old when he died. In a fire. What? And like your mother, he died in an arsonist's blaze. But in his final moments, he managed to save his infant son. Private Justice, you've suffered a loss just like mine. I have, and that's why I know how you feel. But, you still have your mother, don't you? No, I lost her too. What? She disappeared after the fire. I don't know if she's still alive or dead. Heck, I don't even know what she looks like. Wow. Sergeant Buff, his experience is very much like your own. If anyone can understand the sadness in your heart, it's him. Attention! I salute you, Comrade Justice. You are no longer a private in the Buff Army. Henceforth, you will be a corporal. Corporal? Congratulations on your promotion, Corporal Justice. I'm just glad that seemed to cheer him up a bit. Now, comrade, let's toast your new stripes. And call me Sarge. Don't be shy. We're a band of brothers now. Yeah, we'll go with the voice-modulated soldier voice. Now's our chance, Corporal. Ask him about the Founder's Orb. Dirk's getting way too much of a kick out of this. Alright, well, now we can ask about the location of the orb once again. Sarge, sir, do you have any idea where the orb might be, sir? It was here in Papa's study until last night. But he said he was going to go hide it somewhere. He mentioned something about a shady character being after it. Where do you think he could have hidden it? Somewhere in the village, I'd guess. He said he'd found a suitable hiding place for it. So it was here last night. That is until he went out to hide it somewhere in the village. The only question is where? Maybe he left some clue here in his study. Let's search the place again. We should also find out more about Dr. Buff. It might steer us toward the hiding place. Well, let's talk some more then, Dr. Buff. So Sarge, what was your father like? Papa was as kind as Mama was courageous. His whole reason for moving to the countryside was for me. What do you mean? I initiated my siege defense strategy after Mama died. Papa was so worried about me, he moved us here to the countryside. Countryside, yes. He thought the fresh air, blue skies, natural surroundings might alter my tactics. What a fine father. He even quit his position at the university to move here. He did. He did. He gave up his beloved research position just for me. A parent must be prepared to sacrifice everything for his child. That's what Papa said. Well, I'm feeling about 2 inches tall right now. There's no one in the world I respected more than him. But that just makes his passing all the more devastating. Papa! May you continue your beloved research up there with the angels. Even though supposedly it's a young age and a young kid, it speaks very adult. Right, we didn't actually get to learn anything more, so... I'm trying to think. Did we get to learn anything from that? I don't know if we did. Sounds like he hid it somewhere in the village after all. Wasn't that what he said? Shady character been after it. Somewhere in the village. So really I should head out then. You're saying he left a clue somewhere in the study, but... Maybe you've got the password. Do you know the password to your dad's PC? This computer could provide some useful information. Drat, it's password protected. Dirk, you're good at getting into places you're not supposed to. Don't look at me. I don't know the first thing about computers. Ha ha! Leave it to me! A modern-day warrior must be well-versed in technology and have mean pride. After all, he who controls information controls the battlefield. Sudden strike of inspiration comes with clickety-clackety clicks. And I'm in. Looks like modern-day warriors have mean keyboard skills too. Especially with a drone. Okay, let's see what we can find. Oh, what's this? An email message? Now this is interesting. It's a research report to whoever asked the doctor to study the orb. Here, I put the data on this. Take it and use it well, soldier. The email has been added to the court record. Data obtained from the doctor's computer includes a report on his research into the founder's orb. Right, I guess we should read that then. I deciphered the patterns but have yet to crack the riddle. The opaque crystal orb is the key. Dr. Buff, how is your research coming along? To Paul 711 Nmail from Doc Buff. Anything else going on with the computer though? Doesn't look like it. The opaque crystal orb is the key. Is there anything else to examine that hasn't been examined before again? I mean, that's the obvious, like, orby place. Sarge, sir, do you ever read these books? Why, of course. Soldiers must have extensive knowledge as well as fighting prowess. I'm learning all I can each and every day in preparation for the big battle. The big battle? You know, for when I go back to school. I'll need to be up to date on every subject. Stuff like, you know, the latest comics and Hollywood gossip. Oh, I see. What about reading, writing, and arithmetic? No, those are the things you sadly need for school, isn't it? Otherwise, you can't be one of the cool kids, because you're not in the know. Well, I'm rooting for you, Sarge. Thanks, I'll try my best. The idea is, don't be one of the cool kids, be in the know for future life. It's a shoe cubby. These shoes look like they belong to Sarge and his dad. Ah, these boots here are a little damp. And it looks like there's something inside this one. Oh, maybe Dr. Buff wore them last night. They might lead us to where he hid the orb. Let's take a closer look. Something going on in one of the shoes. Okay, what am I looking at here? You know? Everything else looks like normal shoe apart from that. Nothing particularly interesting here. No, there definitely is. What's about that right there? Ah, there we go. Something's giving off a soft glow inside this boot. But it's too dark in there to see what it is. What do you want me to do about it then? Shine a light? Okay, let's look at the buckle. Or the laces as well. Might get a better look inside if we undid these straps. Okay. Now we have a way in, do we? It looks like some kind of glowing moss. It could have come from wherever the doctor went last night. Must have gone in with some of that mud. He might be worth looking into. How did that get there? It'll help us pinpoint when the doctor hit the orb. Glowing moss has now been added to the court record. It probably got there when he went to hide the Founder's orb. Right, it's taking me right out of the examine sequence. Do you know anything about glowing moss, then? We haven't got 4 conversation dialogues with you yet. You're shut in, so maybe you don't know where you've been out. Please take a look at this. Let me ask you something, Corporal Justice. How does that aid you on the battlefield? Well, if you count the courtroom as a battlefield, it's a fairly useful weapon. Good answer. A military man must know his weapons inside and out. Keep up the good work, Corporal. Sir! Yes, sir! I guess that's all he has to say about that. Okay, he didn't have anything more to... Like, he doesn't know because he's a shut-in. Now we gotta find someone maybe that we can present that to and say, where around Khura'in village is there any glowing moss? I do wonder if there's anything else to examine at this point. I'm taking that's your coat, maybe. It looks a bit small. It's a raincoat. It's a bit wet, and there's fresh mud on it. That must be someone wore it recently. Oh, maybe not your coat then. Indeed, maybe even as recently as last night. Sarge, did it rain here last night? Negative. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. Then how did this raincoat get all muddy and wet? When I saw it last evening, it looked pretty clean and dry to me. That means it got like this later at night. Good eye, son. This may very well turn out to be a vital clue. Oh, the raincoat's been added to the court record as well. Seems the doctor wore this last night. Bears a distinctive yellow and green two-tone design. We're actually getting more evidence of the court record at this point. Are these the doctors? Yes, those are Papa's reading glasses. He said he'd been having trouble reading lately, but these glasses seem to help. Reading glasses, eh? I'll just hold on to these. Dirk, don't tell me you're having trouble reading too. Perish the thought! I just don't want to leave any stone unturned. Wow, we got the doctor's reading glasses being added to the court record. The doctor's poor eyesight meant he couldn't read anything about these. They were found on his desk. Wait, so why was he going up the ladder then? To look at books when he has to read the spines, when he found it very hard to read like what seemingly is close range. But they're nicely settled on the pyramid and not on his person. Good point. Okay, let's go over what we learned so far. Wherever it was that Dr. Buff went, he needed a raincoat. And it was somewhere where this glowing moss grows. Any ideas what that might be, Sarge? Negative, comrade. I hate to say my intel's a little thin on this one. I've been occupied with my siege defense strategy ever since we moved to the village. Well, son, it seems we have no other choice. We'll have to ask the locals if they know of a place like that. Didn't rain last night, makes it seem like natural water. Is there a waterfall nearby where someone might be under? But that's the move on sentence we needed, so we know we're supposed to go somewhere from here. Will we see politician yet again? It feels like somebody's watching me, and it's really creeping me out. Don't know what you mean. I don't see any faces watching me, eyeing me. Oh, it's just politicians' campaign posters. When did he put these up? Whatever. I've got more important things to be paying attention to. What great weather! It really lifts the spirits. I know. After our little treasure hunt, what do you say we go hunting, son? Hunting? We used to do that a lot, didn't we? Just look at that mountain. I bet there are some feisty wild boars up there. I think I'll pass, but thanks. Oh, so hunting's a no-go. Well, I guess our wild boar stew will have to wait then. Apollo, something seems different from the last time we were here. You mean the posters? No, not those. What's he talking about? Guess I should take a look around myself. I don't know. So let's examine. I'm going to examine this easel. What do we have here? Looks like an unfinished picture. Like something a little kid might paint? You're right. But I can't quite tell what it's of. I think it's supposed to be nighttime. But what's that thing on the left? A monster? Or some kind of alien, perhaps? In two-tone yellow and green. In any case, it's a pretty poor excuse for a drawing. Well, what did you expect from a little kid? A little kid? Huh? Oh, it's you, Pearl! Why? Mr. Apollo, is that you? What a pleasant surprise! Doesn't she look just like... I know she's been growing over time here, and we've met her as she's been growing up. But she's looking... Now that we see like an older Maya, doesn't Pearl start to look like young Maya to some respect as well? I know Pearl's still got her own style, but... Reminiscent. What a pleasant surprise! It's been quite some time. How have you been? Fine, thanks. You're looking good too, Pearl. Aren't you going to introduce me, son? Of course. This is Pearl Fey. She's a spirit medium here in Khura'in village. Pearl, this is Dirk, my, client. Hello, sir. Pleased to meet you. If there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. Nice to meet you too. And what a polite little girl you are. Actually, I'm a high schooler. Whoops, sorry about that. So, you're a spirit medium. Does that mean you can channel spirits then? Yes, I'm still in training though. But I'm well versed in the art of spirit channeling. Well now, isn't that something? I mean, back in my country, our little princess hasn't channeled a single spirit yet. Pretty impressive, young lady. And you just accept this? I guess you know that it's possible now. Oh, but compared to Mystic Maya, there is so much more I must learn. Mystic Maya? Alright, Maya Fey. Mr. Wright's former courtroom assistant. He told me all about her. She's a spirit medium too, if memory serves. Yes, she's an amazing medium. And soon she'll be the next head of the Fey clan too. Mediums and spirit channeling. I've heard all about it from Mr. Wright. He said the mediums will even physically become the person they're channeling. To grotesque means, I'd have to say. I wonder if even little Pearl would turn into a hulking giant if she had to channel one. That'd be kind of crazy. I hope you don't mind me asking, but what brings you all the way out here, Mr. Apollo? Oh, just a small matter to take care of. Wait, would it happen to be the matter Mr. Edgeworth is looking into? Prosecutor Edgeworth? What's he doing here? Oh, so it's a different matter then. Because I just saw him a moment ago. He appeared to be searching for something. Oh? Mr. Edgeworth's a friend of Mr. Wright's and the district's chief prosecutor. Why would he be here in Khura'in? Well, no point obsessing over it. Come to think of it, you live here in Khura'in village, don't you, Pearl? Yes, I was born and raised here. This is perfect, Apollo. Let's ask the young lady if she knows where the doctor might have gone last night. I was thinking the exact same thing. Maybe I should show her what we found in the doctor's study. You mean the, not the glasses, not the coat, even though she did see the coat. To be fair, if that's her picture. Let's give her this. Do you know where somewhere that there's glowing moss around anywhere? Pearl, do you have any idea where this moss might grow? That looks like Mitama moss. It grows on Mount Mitama and gives off a soft glow in the dark. Mount Mitama? See that mountain over there? That's Mount Mitama. And how would one get there? You could take a bus from that bus stop over there. May I ask why you were so interested in that moss? Well, Dr. Buff was supposed to give us something, but it seems he hid it somewhere last night. He did? Maybe that's why he, Pearl, do you know something that might help us? Well, sounds like I better find out what she knows. Pearl, why do you hide stuff from us? You never want to, like, come forth. I guess it might be a confidence issue, to be honest. Khura'in Village, tell us, talk. What a peaceful place. Ah, nothing beats man there.
Many of the villagers have left the city, but I just love it here. Blue skies, lush forests, star-filled skies at night, and fireflies in the summer. Plus, the big beautiful blue ocean is just beyond that mountain.
The ocean? What do you say we go for a swim, son? Oh, I think I'll pass. Besides, I can't swim. Can't swim, afraid of heights. Ooh. Don't want you ever get in trouble times. Pearl, Khura'in Village is like the home of spirit mediums, right?
Yes, and I'm part of a long line of mediums.
I've never seen a channeling before, but is it possible to channel the spirit of anyone who's passed away?
No, not just anyone. You must know their face and true name.
Really? You can channel a spirit just by knowing their face and name? That's an amazing ability.
It is, but it can only be learned by those with a gift occurring in certain bloodlines and years of intense training. At present, Mystic Maya and I are the only ones in our village who can channel spirits.
Looks like spirit mediums are highly valued here, much like they are back in Khura'in. No, nowhere near the same scale.
I heard there used to be many more of us a long time ago, but now we are in very short supply. Most of the women nowadays don't want to stay. They want the thrill of the big city.
Yeah, well, you guys aren't exactly close to any shopping malls or nightclubs out here. But what about you? Are you not interested in things like that?
Who, me? Well, I wouldn't mind a new outfit or two. And well, oh, never mind.
It's okay, Pearl. You are at that age after all. Where did the doctor go then, Pearl? Pearl, do you have any idea where Dr. Buff might have gone last night?
Well... about that. All I know is Dr. Buff was somewhere on Mount Mitama.
Oh.
My bracelet is reacting, which means Pearl is hiding something from me.
Do I dare do that before I go on about politician? Should we get politician done first? No, let's just break this. Surely we've got everything we need. Maybe.
All I know is...
What are we looking at here?
Dr. Buff...
Oh, there! Finally saw a thing. I was about to say, I'd be like following her body, following the usual points of tells, eyes, hands, any weird movement. Where was it? Where was it? And then right at the end, Mount Mitama is the thing. God, that was small. There's barely anything there for me to get to, was there? So what are we going to have to, like, present, maybe? What's with that green mark under your finger?
Gotcha!
Pearl, you seem anxious around the topic of Mount Mitama. I could tell because you'd rub your thumb over a splotch of dried paint as you said it.
Well...
That nighttime painting is yours, isn't it?
This is so embarrassing. As you saw, I'm not a very good artist. That picture has nothing to do with Dr. Buff.
I'm not so sure about that. In fact, I'm going to guess that while you were out here painting last night, you actually saw the good doctor heading out to Mount Mitama from the bus stop.
No, I didn't see anything like that, I swear.
No, I'm positive you saw the doctor. After all, he's right here in your picture. This is him.
Take that!
You think that's the doctor? I may not be a very good artist, but at least I know how to draw a person.
Okay, if this isn't a person, then what is it?
That's a rain spirit.
And what's a rain spirit doing at a bus stop?
Oh, rain spirits are places to go to.
This is getting ridiculous. Sorry, Pearl, but you're not a very good liar. No, you are not. That is Dr. Buff, and this piece of evidence proves it. This is the raincoat we found in the doctor's study. It still went muddy, so we know that someone wore it last night. Now, see how this pattern is the same as the rain spirit in your picture? Ah! You didn't see a rain spirit last night. You saw Dr. Buff wearing this raincoat.
Huh. I'm sorry. I know I'm not supposed to lie, but...
But what? But now where the doctor went is open to us as another episode of Phoenix Wright Spirit of Justice comes to an end, with Pearl trying to lie and keep things from us, as she's done many times before. Her hair has flopped over. We'll try to comfort her and make her feel happier next time on us. We won't let her cry. Let's find out more. Bye-bye.